Welcome everybody to Seran Prince Saturday, which might be dropping on a Sunday depending on where you live. My bad. At least it's still alliterative. So, welcome everybody. For probably the first, I don't know, month, we're going to be playing Total War Warhammer 3, and after that I'll kind of figure out what to do. If people are getting bored with this, I'll move on to something else. But I kind of figured I would, with Lunar New Year approaching, I would take Fantasy China. So, Grand Cafe. Now, this is a really fun faction, in my opinion, if you play this game, because you've got leaders who can turn into dragons, which is, I don't know, pretty cool. So, my goal for this first episode, or at least the first few, will be to take out all of my enemies here and to conquer that, which is a demon faction, and also to retake Snake Gate, because up here I have a meter, because this is like the Great Wall of China if the Great Wall kept out demons, and you've got like a threat level. When that threat level reaches 100, things go real bad and demon armies start popping up. But you can keep them out by maintaining the gate against anyone who tries to invade. Also, if anybody wants a character named after them, give me a comment with what you think the character's name should change to. I will do it on a first come, first serve basis. So, oh, also you can't name more than one. That way the first commenter doesn't just name everybody. I cannot rename her, but I can rename any new lord that I recruit, including, uh, you know, that's actually a pretty good trait considering I think we're mainly going to be fighting demons. Uh, this guy. All right. So this guy is going to. All right. He is going to. Sure. All right. If you think her town should have a different name, leave it in the comments.
Storm Dragon. Suffer the tempest.
All right, we're gonna go into our first battle, even though I could probably auto-resolve this. It's better to give you guys some entertaining content and to show off what these units look like. Alright, so welcome to our first battle. Alright, I'm gonna set up my line, which don't really matter for this battle, I'll be quite honest. I kind of already have a strategy of how I'm gonna work with this. But the way this faction works, which I think is kind of cool, every unit has either a yin affiliation or yang. And they get bonuses based on if they are near other opposite alignment units. So let's see, Celestial Dragon Guard is young, Jade Warriors are young, and Peasant Spearmen are.
Stone and steel.
Yep. And This cavalry is young. Okay, so all of the melee is young.
Minds as one.
And Yin, I guess, is all of the what do you call it? Missile units.
Ready to defend.
Let me move this back because I have the balloon thing and I just kind of want it to do its balloon thing. I'll show you the balloon in a minute. Alright. Just setting up. Want to be in range of everybody when we start, but not too in range. Alright, that's good. And let me move Miao Ying out front and then kind of go down and show you all of the units that we have.
Their minds are divided.
Which, when you think about it, kind of weird that we line up in a perfect line on this imperfect hill. These are peasants, the best kind of peasants, the kind that you give a spear and say, stand and die. These are Jade Warriors, which I think do look really cool. Although the this part that kind of covers the face, it's kind of weird when you think about it. Don't want it to be too high. Sir, strike over there. I can't see shit. Alright. Let's see what else. Oh, we got the Cav. Peasant Horseman.
Stone and steel.
Alright, and this is my personal favorite. This balloon is an artillery piece, which each of these guys has like a rifle they can fire, but this is also a cannon, and it's really good. And you have our leader, our faction leader, the Storm Dragon, the Dragon Queen herself. Yeah. Alright. Ooh. Alright. So, I'm going to transform her into a dragon at some point. Maybe not for this fight, because I have a strategy for this fight.
Strike them down. You know your orders. You know your positions. You know what you have to do.
My strategy is to send her in by herself and fight these peasants, and then let my balloon target. Yeah. So in lore, she is actually the daughter of the Emperor. Actually, all of the Cathay leaders are.
The storm unleashed.
And the Emperor is an actual dragon, just like she is. There's other groups of like animal people also. There is the Monkey King, and there are several others in Grand Cathay. But the Dragon Emperor is the one who rules like the humans.
My power is absolute.
So the actual reason I'm doing this is because you get a very little in her dragon form, she has a bigger hitbox, obviously. So she's more likely to get hit by splash damage. But if I just have her stand in her human form, she has less of a likelihood of getting wrecked when I'm doing all of this. And this way, hopefully, my goal is to take 0 casualties because none of my army actually fought. It may be the most boring way to fight, but it is a way to fight. Let's take a look at the balloon firing stuff. Hi, balloon.
The Storm Dragon.
Alright. I think they're actually coming to fight now, which they should. So, let's have you fire here.
The storm wind blows.
Their missiles inflict disorder.
She also is really good because she can heal herself, which is a very useful skill. Like, extremely useful. Also other people. If you get her good enough, you can have a battle where you have less damage taken than when you started. And that is easily one of the best type of things you can ever do. And since she's doing all the fighting, let's kind of see what she's doing. Ooh. You know, that guy's probably had a better day.
Gyron's Fury.
Wait, where's their lord? Oh.
Dragon God.
I forgot he existed, and... and now he's getting wrecked by a bunch of missile fire. That's okay. You gotta admire the sheer balls on that man. Be like, alright, well, my entire army's dead. Time to charge headfirst into battle. Alright, I'm just gonna fast forward this to get to the end. You can stop firing. You're good. I just want to get her to 100% health, and then I will probably end this battle. She is a lot faster than he is. Look at her go. She's like Sonic the Hedgehog. Ah. Alright, and that was a decisive victory. You know, I never looked and saw that their name is the Rebel Lords of Nanyang, but alright, imagine you are I don't know, a lord of some province. And you're like, alright, I'm gonna rebel because I don't really like my administrator. Would you do the same if she was a dragon with the power of Emperor Palpatine?
There is no call.
Not a good choice.
Astromancer of Grand Cathay.
Alright, another hero character we now have a
Dragon
Astromancer Hao Jong-sun, or Jong-swen. I don't know what that character looks like in this case. So, if you want to rename him, that is the second character we have. I'm gonna move him here and move her to attack this city.
Suffer the tempest.
Master of the heavens. Fortune can be woven.
Yay, 500 free gold.
The Lord Magistrate stands.
Alright, I'm also gonna get my technology going. Probably even better ammunition.
The Celestial
Because
Empire ever improves.
I probably will build most of my force on missile units.
We shall resist.
And I don't think I have... Oh, diplomacy. Let me do a little bit of diplomacy.
Attention.
Trade agreement.
Child of the Nine.
General.
You.
The bloodline
Do you want to
of the
trade with me?
Celestial Emperor
Will you give me
gives
money
me
for it?
jurisdiction
Yes?
in these
Alright,
agreed.
cool.
Celestial General. On behalf of Cathay. Welcome.
Alright.
Grow closely. I
Worth getting as much money as I can out of that. And now back here for our second battle, where I will actually use my army. I promise.
Of the
Oh, also, I'll turn you into a dragon, because that'll be cool. Ugh. That hill doesn't...
the defense.
But that's okay. Yeah. Sure, this formation's okay. Actually, let me put my cav in the trees. That way they might not know it was ever here. Alright, what does this guy do? Alright, this guy is a wizard. Cool. Hopefully he can do some cool stuff. Let's see.
Mistress of storms.
I'll wait for them to come to us. And let's go.
The celestial faithful. Celestial fury.
Alright, I just want to target the Jade Warriors because they are the best unit they have.
Ready to defend.
Order shall guide us to triumph.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh man, Miao Ying. Look at my electric waifu. But would you feel the same
Behold the
if she did
tempest.
this?
Cathay's foe forces in sight.
And that's her dragon form. Look, I don't know. You know, you could be like Donkey in Shrek.
Storm gathers. Sent by Gyra. Setting forth. Rooting out evil. Cavalry.
Let's see the cav. Stab, stab, stab. Should probably tell my balloon to stop firing before he kills us all. I do like the dragon. I think it's a cool concept. In Warhammer lore, Cathay always existed, but it wasn't like a big deal. There was never any tabletop models for it, or really anything. So it's really cool that in this game they really fleshed out everything. I think one of the reasons I like this faction, and this game actually, is because... Now, I love fantasy as a genre for movies, books, you know, everything. I grew up reading Lord of the Rings. You know, it's all great. But
The Storm Dragon.
maybe because Lord of the Rings was so big and
The tempest grows.
you know, everything is basically Lord of the Rings at a certain point, where most games or most books, anything in is like copy paste in terms of the races, everything else. And part of that is that it is
Make my ancestors proud.
I don't know, maybe because also D&D, and you know, I play D&D since like 3rd edition. So not that long. I mean, I know there's people who've been playing it since AD&D or whatever. But for me, a lot of fantasy stuff is just, oh, hey, look, it's medieval Western Europe. And let's put our sticker on it. Now there's some orcs and elves. Sure. But, you know, I get tired of that. And especially because, you know, I live in Asia. And that's like my, I don't know, more interesting area to me in my head. So I like having something be like, oh, look, it's medieval China. Here's our sticker. So I like the way this game does that, where, yeah, this is just medieval China, but you got demons and all the other stuff. Oh, it's regular high fantasy, but a little different. Now, what I actually should have done that I forgot to was to turn her back into a human at the end of that fight so that I could heal the units. Also forgot to recruit new troops. Oh no, I think I was already recruiting with him, so it's all good. Let's go here.
I provide.
Alright, I just need this gate not to be dead. 4 turns. By the way, if you decide to take Hertan and rename him into something you like, he may die at this gate. Just letting you know in advance.
Miao Ying.
As a matter of fact, I'll be honest, he probably will.
Might of the storm.
Ooh, I have a commandment available. Hold on. Let me encircle this and check out where. Oh, the gate. Yeah. Eh. You know, none of. Well, sure. I was gonna say none of these are really that applicable to an army of a guy and two shotgunners, but close enough.
Wrath of the Dragon.
Alright, what will I lose if I auto-resolve this? Nothing. That's what I like to see.
We shall defend Cathay.
Probably should have fought that myself. Alright, loot and occupy. I want the money. Alright, so those guys are dead. They're not coming back. Now let's build some stuff after I upgrade people. What do I want here? Wind Blast seems okay. I like... Yeah, let's do that. So, usually, in my opinion, the, like, artillery type, or I don't know how to word it, it's like magic that comes from the sky, like lightning. It's usually really good, but the AI knows it's coming, so if you don't get it perfect, they'll just scatter before it actually hits. Whereas for a wind attack, which is like a side to side, the AI doesn't dodge that. Alright, Miao Ying. Life Bloom, and then another in Earth Blood. I want to get her good at healing so that that does good. Alright. Probably should... Are you a spear unit? Yes. So I have 2 spear units, 2 sword units, allowed a third one, and another archer, and we're good for her army. I now control this province, so I get to... You know, I did sack this province, so I probably should get control in for now.
Storm Dragon.
Oh. So, I think I mentioned the units work on a yin-yang system. Another thing is your province works on a yin-yang system. So, as you go out of alignment, you get certain bonuses, but they also have a negative effect. So you can see right now I'm +1 yin, which means I have a bonus to growth, which is good, less construction cost, and more control. All of that's great. Recruitment cost +10%, very bad. Recruitment rank -1? Ugh. Research rate -5%. Now, maybe there's a province where you are constructing a lot of buildings, so you're not going to care about that. Maybe you want a yin imbalance, or maybe you want a yang imbalance, which is, if I remember correct, the exact opposite, where you have minus recruitment cost, an improved recruit rank, stuff like that. If you're recruiting a lot of soldiers, maybe it's better to be out of balance yang. For me, I don't want this. So I am tearing down the building that's putting us out of balance, and I am going to try to keep this province in balance.
As predicted.
By the way, this guy is a demon just sitting in the middle of our land. He will betray us and attack us probably in the next few turns.
Favored daughter.
You know, I already did that. Yeah, 5,000 treasury and Alright. I'm gonna have to go over their gear and kind of see who gets what.
The Majestic Defender.
Alright, what do I want in this area? I'll be honest, nothing. Well, I don't really care about getting that. Not from this province, anyway. So maybe I'll go with the Cav building.
Miao Ying.
Let me get her 2 shotgunners. These guys are basically just shotgunners. They're awesome. But, like a normal shotgun, they can't fire over people. It's not like that movie where you can curve the bullet and it just goes around. No. If you have allied troops in front of you, they get hit just as much. So you need to place them well, but they're really good.
Cathay Etan.
Like I said, Hutan's probably going to die, and that's okay. I probably should have used Global Recruit a while back to give him some units. We'll see if these ever get there or if he gets attacked before then. I'm trying to come back with Miao Ying to get to him before he dies. But let's take a look at some stuff that we have. So she has a unique armor. Winds of Magic Reserve, that's good. Armor, enemy hero success chance, wound time, melee defense. You know, for a unique armor, it's okay. I would have expected it to be better. What enchanted items does she have? Oh, I thought that was really good at first. I was like, oh, it gives minus 10 melee defense, minus 15 armor. Affects units if it's a flying unit. That's it. So, nah. Gambler's armor is actually really good. So, there are multiple ways of how armor works. There's armor itself, which blocks, but armor piercing stuff pierces it. You've got melee, what is it called? Missile resistance, which is a percentage that missile attack damage is reduced. You've got spell resistance. You also have ward save, which is everything, which is great. So I'll probably give this to somebody. Well, you don't have a weapon right now. You probably need one. And yeah, I'll give you this. Alright. Let's go to some other characters.
My mother would approve.
Of him or me? Because you'd be shocked how little that happens for me. So, what should I give you? Astromancer. The ward save is really good. It's objectively better. Let's give that to him. Enchanted armor. I don't know. Maybe a flying unit gets to you? Sure. Now, I also have this guy, who I'm not going to lie, is probably going to die. So I'm a little bit worried about giving him this, but he needs something.
Surely a gift from the dragons.
I'm also going to make another lord here, who's going to be a... Let's have you be a... Ooh, That's actually really good for someone who just sits there. So I'm recruiting her. Tu Lin. Let me know what her name should be also. So now we have 3 characters to name.
Storm Dragon.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga.
Ooh. And here we have an army attacking Hotan. He did not get to recruit these units. So he is on his own.
Celestial ancestors.
The Storm Dragon. Acceptable.
Alright, I think I can get there.
Harmony above all. Speed and unity win the
No, I can't.
This
Almost. Well, maybe if I move her into a different,
This
or go
is
like right
an
here, maybe?
outrage. I forbid all hesitation. The Storm Dragon is no fool. On tempestuous foot.
Alright, there it goes. Okay. So, since this is only like 6 dudes, I probably won't. But I will do the battle that we have against the bird army on our land right now.
The Celestial Miao Ying. Now we march.
Alright, so that worked out. He'll get his stuff next turn, and this new lord will get... I'll make you a cav army. So good news, Hotan is not dead. You should probably give him a name.
A tool of great efficiency.
Alright, now I can move this compass. I get bonuses to where it moves, and anything that I had in the past that hasn't gone down to 0. But by choosing any of them, or actually not choosing any of them, the others will go down, the ones you don't choose. So I'm thinking either Grand Bastion or Great Bastion or Dragon Emperor's Wrath. You know, that's actually really good. So is this one. The replenishment rate's really good for a battle, so I'm going to go with that.
Pride is not undeserved.
Windshaper. Descended from
Alright, I'm going to move
celestial glory.
him there, or her, sorry. Alright. Has, in 2 turns, Hotan's gets complete, so he'll be safe.
I stand apart. I think only of the Great Bastion.
A suitable location.
I'm going to give her all those units.
In the wall.
And
I will earn
you know what? Risk it for a biscuit.
Don't attempt to confound me.
Ooh, I would enter a war against multiple people. And what's the worst that could happen?
We will not.
Warden of the Great Bastion.
Alright, so this is going to be a very big battle. I think we will start the next episode out with the battle against Harvey Birdman. and his demon army. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you want people to get renamed to, or if you have a suggestion for anything else. And I'll see you next time. This is Seran Prince from Bridge Boys Broadcasting, signing out.